Okay, this is like the second or third time I've tried to do this, so we'll try again. I keep screwing something up. It's Rex Parker here, and I'm trying to write up this fantastic book that my friend Doug Peterson gave me. It's called Bride and Groom, and it is a marital guide. It says here on the back, it's the publishers believe it to be the most modern and up-to-date book in the field of marital relations. So it appears to be intended as a honest-to-God guide to getting it on for young marrieds. First published in 1953. This is a 1963 edition. And you can tell that this book is a marvel because it has driven me to do a video. It means that writing can't capture it. It can't capture it. This needs to be read aloud. You need to hear this in real time because it's written as dialogue. The entire book. The entire book is dialogue. There's doctor, wife, husband. So the whole thing is I assume it's imagined dialogue. And so you have to imagine actual people saying these things. And really it's a kind of naive couple just earnestly asking about sexual matters and really getting quite frank answers. And I wanted, rather than give you page 123 today, I wanted to read to you from the chapter entitled, what is this entitled? Sex Facts for Married Couples. And we'll fast forward to the part where the wife gets curious about coitus from the rear. Normal. So we'll pick it up there. It's wife, doctor, husband, asking the doctor, what is this thing where coitus happens from the rear? What's that all about, doctor? I've heard a lot, and how does that work? Bride and groom. Wife. I have heard of coitus from the rear, doctor. This doesn't mean the use of the rectum, does it? Doctor. No, it doesn't. Coitus can be performed very well with the husband behind. When the woman assumes certain positions, the vagina slants so that it favors penetration from behind. I shall go into more detail on those particular positions in a few minutes. So, you want to hang around for that. Anal penetration, of course, is also accomplished from the rear. Husband. Doctor, while on the subject, I would appreciate a little more information. Sorry, that was unprofessional. I've heard that any man who is interested in such a thing isn't normal. That he's a homosexual. Is that true? Doctor. It is a common practice among male homosexuals, of course, but you are referring to anal coitus in marriage, are you not? Husband. Yes, I am. Doctor. I would say that is correct. It is what psychiatrists call an unconscious homosexual act. That is, the husband himself... Really? Sorry about that. Phone call from no one. Half of our phone calls are spam. Is that what you call phone calls that aren't for anybody? Anyway, to continue. The doctor asked whether a man who enjoys anal sex with a woman is homosexual. The doctor says, I would say that is correct. It is what psychiatrists call an unconscious homosexual act. That is, the husband himself doesn't even realize why he is interested in this particular act. Wife. What kind of reason could he give himself, or his wife? Doctor. Variety, I suppose. or he might think it an excellent method of preventing conception. In rare cases, as I've said, a wife will be anal erotic, and in such cases it will be a necessity if she is to derive any satisfaction at all from their personal relations. Husband: But you say this doesn't happen very often. Doctor: No, it doesn't. A little experimentation with herself will soon tell a wife if she has that particular problem. And I might mention another type of woman who would have to resort to such a procedure, at least, ones who would have to consider the matter. And that is, women born without a vagina. Sorry, I really wanted to do that with a straight face. Okay, I might mention, I don't know why he might mention it, but he might. I might mention another type of woman who would have to resort to such a procedure, at least ones who would have to consider the matter, and that is women born without a vagina. This is where it gets really good. Wife: Does that really happen sometime, doctor? I never heard of such a thing. Husband: Me either. Sounds impossible, like a man being born without a penis. Have you heard of such a case? Doctor: No, I haven't. Though there are medical histories of many infantile penes. It's the plural. It's the Latin plural. But as regards the woman born without a vagina, this does happen occasionally, though he's never heard of it. And it is, of course, very unfortunate. I'm gonna stop, because that's pretty much a random page I opened to. It's about 170 pages. Here, I'm going to open to another random page. Let's see what we get. Wife: Doesn't a large organ frighten some women, doctor? Doctor: That is a very good question. Yes, some women are frightened, especially during their first inspection of the husband's erect membrum. It's Latin, so you know that it's science. It need not necessarily be an especially large organ either, for some girls may find a normal-sized penis dreadful for several reasons. Such women generally have practically no knowledge of the male reproductive system. One woman, for instance, told me she never even knew of the process of erection before marriage. She vaguely thought the penis always remained in the same state, and, from glancing at men's trousers, as women do, she assumed that it couldn't be very large. Such girls are bound to be surprised, and even alarmed, upon their first contact with even an average-sized penis in the erect state. Wife: A woman once told me that she was frightened because of the small opening she possessed. Doctor: That frequently happens. A young woman, upon becoming interested in the opposite sex, or perhaps even earlier, sooner or later examines herself and becomes duly alarmed when introduced to the erect membrum, or when she learns of its size from another female, or sees pictures of it. As a matter of fact, adolescent girls, upon listening to the experiences of older girls, or wives, sometimes vow never to marry because of the fear instilled in them by such stories. As soon as the girls become familiar with the natural elasticity of their own organs, such fears generally disappear. That actually, I don't know what that was, but you can see this is how it goes. On and on, and on and on and on and on and on. So I hope you enjoyed that. That's all. I'll talk to you next time something this important crosses my desk. Take care.